So today I am ranking everything I have watched in 2025. This includes movies that have released in 2025 as well as movies that released in the past, but this might be like my first time watching them. So I've added them into this ranking as well. So yeah, this is sort of everything I've seen this year, and in this video I will try my best to rank them. I have not named my tiers yet. I think I'm gonna start ranking them. Like, this is like from January 2025 through December, end of December 2025, everything I've seen. So I'm gonna start with ranking them first, just putting them in, and like maybe, a little bit of a one sentence review of whatever. So let's get into it. Okay. So January 1st. So as you can see, these are added mostly in chronological order, but there may have been some that got jumbled when I was adding the photos in. So I'm just gonna start from the very beginning. January 1st, I rewatched Nosferatu. So I watched Nosferatu December of 2024 and was absolutely in love with it. So I went and watched this like twice in January. So I'm just gonna still have this in the tier ranking just because I watched it in January. Yeah, and I am gonna put this movie in, I don't know. I kind of want to put it in A, but honestly, I will put it in S just because this movie just like, I don't know, I just felt so much in this movie and I felt seen, and I can't explain everything that I felt about this movie, but I feel like this is the kind of movie I will probably rewatch every few years. Just, I don't know. And this was also my first time watching a Robert Eggers movie, and I didn't realize what I was in for. So as you can see, I watched The Lighthouse in January as well. I think this was, according to my Letterboxd, I watched this January 14th. And this was phenomenal. I loved Nosferatu, but I didn't realize I'd love The Lighthouse just as much. So I don't know. I want to give it an S because this movie was just insane, like just batshit crazy. But I'm gonna put it in A. I also watched The Witch, another Robert Eggers movie. This one was also really awesome. I feel like it haunted me, like, and I couldn't sleep. And just because of that, I might just put it in B. Like, it was great, don't get me wrong. I gave it a 3.5. Yeah, I gave it a 3.5 on Letterboxd. And I think this movie just haunted me and I couldn't sleep. So yeah, I didn't get to watch The Northman yet, which I plan to watch sometime, maybe next year. I don't know. Maybe before the next Robert Eggers movie comes out. Who knows? Anyway, so then I watched The Brutalist, and honestly, I was supposed to watch The Brutalist like in 2024, but this was one of those movies that the theater that I go to, they just didn't put it out until like January. So I ended up watching it January 26th, like almost the end of the month. Yeah, so I am gonna put The Brutalist in A because I don't know, I feel like this movie was very, very long. And I think that's one of the only critiques. Otherwise, this movie was just beautiful, just so heartbreaking. Just, I don't know, such a monumental kind of like memorial of this character, just this person, like, who, like, in real life was a legend, I guess. So yeah, I really liked The Brutalist. It was beautiful. I feel like Adrian Brody just was stunning. Just, he captured the screen and just, I couldn't look at anywhere else. But yeah, The Brutalist goes to A tier for me. Next, I watched Love Me in February. I feel like I was excited about those just because it had Stephen Yeun and Kristen Stewart, and just because of that, I was like already seated. Sadly, I don't know. I just feel like this movie just didn't work for me. Even though I gave it a 2.5, I'm honestly gonna have to put it in D. I am so sorry. Next, Companion. Companion kind of like blew me away. I was just like obsessed with this movie. It was like kind of like Stepford Wives and like it just I don't know, I loved it. It was just it reminded me of Megan in a way because we had that last year and I don't know, I loved it. It was so much fun and at the same time, I feel like this was around the time when I was just really feeling it at work and I hated my job. So I just felt so much like, like a corporate slave of sorts. Anyway, so this movie I just felt really, really relatable. So again, I am gonna give this an S just because this movie was just so good. Like earlier in the year, I feel like this was one of the best of 2025. So this goes an S tier for me. Okay, so next I watched A Simple Favor. Did I watch it? Was this Simple Favor or was it Simple Favor 2? Hold on. Okay, so this is A Simple Favor. And I feel like I just randomly just wanted to watch this. It looked cool and it was really fun. I really had a fun time with this, but again, it's just like I feel like it's one of those movies you just have fun and then you forget about. So this is gonna go in C tier. All right. Next we have Shiva Baby. I feel like I waited a long time to watch this just because I don't think it was available and I ended up watching it on Prime or something. And like after wanting to watch it for a long time, I just didn't have the chance to. But this was like honestly nightmarish. I felt like this was a horror movie, and just like as the movie progressed, it got worse, more claustrophobic than ever. And so I don't know. I think I related to it. I'm gonna give it. I don't know. I feel like this was so good. Like overall, I'm gonna give it an S. Captain America Brave New World. I feel like Marvel just like slowly started falling apart. This was a flop, and I feel like for the time being when it came out, I feel like it was kind of making a statement in a way. I feel like even the Captain America Winter Soldier show, even that was so much better. I'm gonna put it in B. I watched like over 100 movies this year, like including rewatches, probably like well over 110. So yeah. Then I watched Stranger Than Fiction, which I feel like this is one of those movies I've always wanted to watch, and I was like, why not? Let's just watch it. This movie blew me away. Stranger Than Fiction was insane. Yeah, I'm gonna put it in A tier. The Monkey was really fun. I feel like this was really fun, and even though it was kind of like a nothing burger, like even then it was a good thriller and like very, very entertaining. So for that, I'm gonna give it B tier. Knives Out. I feel like I don't know why this is here because this is a rewatch and I've watched Knives Out like multiple times. So I don't know. I don't know if I want to put it anywhere. Like we all know Knives Out is probably A tier, so we'll just put it there for now. The Marvels. Again, with Marvel, like they were kind of in like a flop era, but the Marvels was just so good. Like I wanted to watch the Marvels just because everybody was just so like shitting on it, and I just didn't understand the hate because this was so much fun. This was like the conflict didn't really like it wasn't centered around a man. It was just about these three women and just like, about female empowerment and everything. Like just like these women kind of like leaning on each other. Like, I don't know. I liked it a lot. So I don't know what the hate was about. I'm going to put it in A tier. The Woman in the Yard, we went to see this in theaters and yeah, it was good. Like I was very captivated throughout like the end. I kind of related to it because, like I've dealt with like, loss in the family and stuff. And I feel like I cried Yeah, this was a really good movie. I feel like there were certain places where it didn't connect. Overall, I would say the only, like, the story was really strong, and I feel like Daniel Deadweiler's performance was really, really incredible. So just for that, I don't know, I wish there was a tier between A and B. That's kind of where I would put it. I'm gonna put it in A for now. Oh my god, Queer. This is a movie that came out in 2024 or 2023. I forget when it came out. Queer came out in 2024. Okay, so this is one of those movies that I wanted to watch like since then. But again, where I live, like, and the theater that I'm subscribed to, like, I always go there. They didn't have Queer when it came out, and I was just like so mad. So yeah, I ended up watching it like this year. So, and I don't know, I feel like the last 30 minutes of this movie just broke my brain. I loved this movie. It was just like this, I don't know, slowly just descend into this madness, this kind of fever dream, and I ate it all up. So I'm gonna put that in S tier. Okay, and then we have the what am I saying? Bridget Jones' Diary. I'm sorry, I'm like just speed through this because I just want to get through like even like the first quarter of the year because this is wild. So yeah, Bridget Jones' Diary. It's crazy. I didn't watch this like a long time ago, and like 2025 was the first time I actually watched this. But I think I just needed a fun movie to watch, just for that night, I think. So I really like Bridget Jones' Diary. This was entertaining. It was just like so messy and chaotic. I don't know. I liked it a lot. Again, I'm gonna put it in B tier because I don't know where like it would go, A or B. As relatable as it was fine. It was good. Okay, so Opus was one of those movies I was just really excited for, and I was like waiting for a long time to watch this. This was also one of those movies where I got tickets like 2 weeks in advance. That's what I usually do, just so that I can like get like that, so that I can get some good seats. So yeah, so Opus was one of those movies I was really like, it was really highly anticipated for me. And I feel like this movie was just too convoluted. And yeah, I feel like execution wise, in some ways it fell apart. Like it was very, very entertaining. It didn't leave that much of an impact as I wished it did. So I'm gonna put it in B tier. Mickey 7, which is weird, which is hilarious because when I watched it, I really liked it and I felt like it did something to me. But then, I don't know, I guess I forgot about it. And it's December right now. So I'm filming this December 31st. So yeah, so much has happened since then. Okay. And the fact that we're still in March. All right. So Mickey 17. Oh my god, like we waited like 2 years for this movie to come out. I think like with Mickey 17, I think it was like announced a long time ago, and we would see like the trailer for it in every other like movie, and we were like, when are they gonna release this? It just kept getting delayed and delayed and delayed. But yeah, Mickey 17 was just a lot of fun. I think I'm like trying to remember all these movies when I watched them earlier this year, and I don't know, I feel like some of them I don't remember a lot, and I feel like with Mickey 17 the premise is just insane, and I don't know, I feel like in a lot of ways I kind of related to this character. And so I don't know, and I feel like this is the movie where I'm just like, my admiration for Robert Pattinson as an actor is solidified. And don't come for me because I haven't seen Good Time yet, and I've heard that one's awesome. So yeah, Mickey 17 is gonna go S tier for me. I kind of want to put it between S and A, but I'm gonna put it in S tier. Yeah, that I am sad. I am so sad. This movie again was just like Opus, where it just didn't work. So it's gonna go into B tier. Warfare, I think I was excited for it just because of like I knew nothing about it, but just because like I like his work, so I was like, I wanted to watch this, and this was really good. Like I think it was really short. It was just like a couple of scenes of like what happened. Like they recreated their true like experience, and it was just like heartbreak. I'm gonna put it in A tier. This is insane. Okay, Office Space. Office Space. I can't believe I just watched this again. I am a 90s baby, so probably why I haven't seen this yet. This was fun. It was insane. I feel like I have to rewatch this just because to remember the story. Overall, I think the story was really, really unique. I think I was just going through that time when I watched it where I was just like, I really was itching to get out of my job. And I think that's why I watched it. I'm gonna put Office Space in B for now just because I don't remember a lot about it. We're kind of still, I guess we're in April. Like, I feel like I'm looking at my letterbox and I'm looking at my diary list and I'm not seeing these photos, these thumbnails line up to the date. So that's probably why you're seeing, all of these movies not in chronological order. Anyway, so as somebody that plays Minecraft and enjoys watching Minecraft content, this movie just didn't have to be made. Like, I don't know why they made it, but I feel like I just wasted a movie ticket going to see this. Like, I was so disappointed. Like, it was a cash grab. So I'm gonna put this in D tier. A goofy movie. Again, as a 90s baby, I can't believe I haven't seen this before. Yeah, this was on and I was like, okay, I'm gonna watch this. So I don't know, I think this was just one of those, I was like, okay, I want to watch something old and Disney and animated, and I was like, okay, let's just watch a goofy movie. That was fun. This was a lot of fun. I think I gave it a 4 on my letterbox, so I'm gonna put it in A tier. I was excited for this because I was like, the cast looks so incredible. I feel like this is going to be a very high stakes, thriller and stuff, like a crime, spy thriller. It was so disappointing. Like, I think I was really tired after like work. I went to see this after work and I was just super, super, super exhausted. And I think I halfway somewhere there, I fell asleep. I legit fell asleep. So it's gonna go in C tier for me. Yeah, I don't know. I was so sad about this movie. Anyway, Drop was a lot of fun. I feel like I don't expect a lot of like insanity, like anything really awesome from like any Blumhouse stuff, but like Drop was a lot of fun. Like the story was just like, I was just like hooked to my seat and I just was so scared throughout it. I was just like, oh my god, like so yeah, Drop, I think it's gonna go in B tier for me. It was good. It was fun. It was like, how like the monkey was kind of like fun, entertaining, and like high stakes. Same with Drop. The Conclave. I watched Conclave way later. I think this was around the time I may have gotten like Peacock subscription, and so that's how I ended up watching this, I think. So yeah, Conclave was really intense, I think, and I think like cinematically, like overall, like it was very picturesque. I think it was really cool looking, like everything was so intense and like, oh my god. And then the plot twist, oh my god. That was insane. So I liked Conclave. I'm gonna put it in A. Creed. Okay, so this is around the time I watched Sinners, and I feel like Sinners is like over here. So I watched Creed after I watched Sinners because I was like, okay, Michael B. Jordan is awesome. So yeah, Creed is really good. I feel like it's kind of like a hero's journey of sorts, and like I really enjoyed it. I can't believe I watched Creed like over almost 10 years after that came out. So yeah, I'm glad I watched it. I'm gonna put Creed in B. No, wait a second. No, hold on. Let's think about it. I liked Creed, but then again, like again, there's no tier between A and B for me. Uh, you know what? I'm gonna put it in B for now. Sinners. Oh my god, this movie. This movie just like did something to me. I feel like this movie was kind of like the voice that we needed. Like one of those movies this year that just like we all know like this is, I think it broke like everything. Like we, I don't know, I feel like musically, like cinematically, I don't know, like story, like the whole movie was just so phenomenal. And at this point, I feel like it feels overrated the way we talk about Sinners. But I can't explain, like, I'm sure there's so many videos on the internet about this movie. And I don't know, I feel like this is another movie that I have to come back to like every few years just because, I don't know, it was such an impactful, like, historical like moment, this movie. And I think I watched it like 3 times in theaters throughout like April and May. So yeah, I'm gonna put this in S. There's no question about it. And I feel like when it came out and I watched it like twice, and I was just like telling everyone about it, and I was like, you have to go see this. It's so different, like looking at Sinners then when it came out to like now, and I feel like I have to watch it again in a few years to see if it still holds up. Oh my god. Oh my god, this is gonna take forever, isn't it? Okay. The Accountant. I watched The Accountant because I wanted to watch The Accountant 2. And the funny thing is, we didn't even go to see Accountant 2 in theaters just because I was so tired after work. But we saw The Accountant and it was fine. It was fun. I feel like, I don't know, part of me feels like The Accountant 2 just probably isn't as good as The Accountant, even though I haven't watched it. And I just feel like The Accountant was really good. The first one was just really, really good. Yeah, I can't believe this movie is almost 10 years old. But yeah, I'm going to put it in B. Thunderbolts. Oh, wow. This is the movie where I watched it and I was like, Marvel is so back. Like, I think we were all like, Marvel is so back. This was really fun. I think the biggest like theme and like what it's centered on, the story centered on was like you know, male loneliness epidemic, how like mental illness like affects everyone. I think that was like probably the biggest takeaway for me from this movie, just like, you know, holding your found family close, like even if you aren't close with your family, like, you know, cherish the people you have in your life. I think that's the message I get from it. And I really cried. Some of those scenes in this movie just hit so hard. I'm gonna put it in A. Party Girl is one of those movies that I feel like every woman should watch in like their early 20s. Because I feel like this was a time that, like me being born in the 90s, I will never go to. And I just felt so jealous of Mary. I think that's what her name was. And I don't know, I just, from watching like White Lotus, like the newest season, where what's her name? Hold on a second. What's her name? Gosh darn it, Parker Posey. I completely forgot her name for a second. Oh my god. Like, I feel like watching like White Lotus and watching Parker Posey in it, I just really wanted to go see this. I was like, so it looks like such an exciting like idea, and the movie was fun. I feel like just this journey of like this girl being like this chaotic party girl to like this responsible adult and figuring her life out. I don't know, I really related to this, and I hope, yeah, one day I can be an adult. So yeah, I'm gonna put Party Girl in A. I loved this movie. Yeah, Another Simple Favor was fun, but I feel like there was so much going on that, I don't know, it just got jumbled up for me. it was fine. Like it wasn't awesome. Like a simple favor was fun and like new, but then another simple favor just tried to do the same thing, just didn't work out, I think. So I'm gonna put that in D. I don't know. I was excited for them, only for them to completely disappoint me. Okay, so we're finally back to A Bug's Life. Okay, I've been yapping so much, I needed a drink. So it's so funny because I feel like we tried to watch A Bug's Life like 3 times before, and every single time I'd be really sleepy and I'd just fall asleep and not watch it, whatever. We finally watched it. The CGI was so new, like so early on. Like even then, it did so well, and I feel like it still holds up. So I'm gonna put that in A. Can you believe I watched The Batman Begins for the first time? For the first time in 2025. Like, what the heck? Anyway, we all know how awesome Christian Bale's Batman is and was. I'm gonna put Batman Begins in A. I want to give it an S, but I feel like it's too, I don't know. I feel like it's awesome, but it's not my S tier, you know? Final Destination Bloodlines. This was my first Final Destination movie that I watched in theaters. It's crazy, I know. Like, I've never seen a Final Destination movie in theaters. But at the same time, I was into horror movies until like maybe 6 or 7 years ago. And yeah, I've never seen the Final Destination movies until like maybe a few years ago. They're always so horrific for me. Like I'm not really a slasher girly. I'm not really like that kind of movie girly. Like I like horror, but more like psychological horror, if that makes sense. So yeah, I'm going to put Final Destination in, I don't know. Where do I put it? B? I think I'm going to put it in B just because I feel like this was really good. Like it was a great ending to like the franchise. I hope it's the ending because I don't know. I think I need them to stop making these. But again, it was still good. It was really, really good. I feel like it paid homage to the whole series really well. I know this movie came out in 2024, but again, it wasn't showing. It was too niche to show at my theater. So I didn't get a chance to watch it until 2025. And I think I watched it either on Hulu or something like that. So I'm really glad that it was on a streaming service. A Real Pain was so relatable. I feel like I am the kind of person like that's like one of the cousins, but I'm not like Kieran Culkin's character who's like insanely like just batshit crazy person, but also like such a good person at the same time. Like they're both such good kids in their own way. And I don't know, I related to them. I don't know, I feel like this was such a great like, you know, slice of life in a way. Yeah, I'm gonna put this in S tier because I felt it. It was really good. I was excited for Ballerina because I love the John Wick franchise and Ana de Armas. I feel like she didn't disappoint because she's supposed to be this little sister to John Wick in a way. Like, she's not, but like, she's supposed to be like the younger feminine version, you know? And like, I don't know, I liked it. I had a lot of fun with this. I feel like I'm gonna have to rewatch it, but it was fun. I'm gonna put it in B tier. Friendship. Okay, this is one of the movies I watched by myself, and I feel like the whole theater was somehow packed, and I feel like we all just like had so much secondhand embarrassment, and like we just laughed our asses off. This was so funny, but also so embarrassing. I'm gonna put this in A. I had a lot of fun with it. Although I feel like it's not as rewatchable. I feel like with an audience, it's more fun. Like if you're watching with a bunch of people and you all have different reactions to it. But I feel like if you're rewatching it on your own, it's, I don't know, I just died of embarrassment, I think. Yeah, so we have Bring Her Back. I don't have the scary poster for this because those eyes just spooked the shit out of me. So yeah, I this movie broke something inside of me. Like it was just so traumatic. I don't know, like I feel like it had themes of like stuff that I just can't deal with. And I don't know. There were a bunch of movies this year that had like very specific themes of like children and like what it means to be a parent and like what it means to be like a caretaker for children. And this was one of those movies where it's just like about very irresponsible adults. And I hated that. I just hated that so much. But I feel like Bring Her Back was so hyped up because of Talk to Me and how awesome that was. And I was so excited for this, and rightfully so, because this was so good. Like, as traumatizing it was also like absolutely insane. I'm gonna put Bring Her Back in the A tier. Yeah, we are almost halfway through the year. We're getting to Mad About the Boy, Bridget Jones. I think this was on Peacock, and I was like, okay, let's just watch it. It's gonna be fun. It was fun. It was fine. You know, I was excited to see Bridget Jones again, and this time, like a story about like being with a younger guy. Like they explored that. That was very, very interesting. I feel like this is one of those movies that it's fun. Like if it's on streaming, it's great to like just watch. So I'm gonna put Bridget Jones' Mad About the Boy in C. I wonder if you can really see a pattern of the kind of movies I like or whatever. So yeah, A Nice Indian Boy. This movie came out in 2024 and I badly wanted to watch it just because like the cast, and it just seemed like such an interesting story. Like I feel like you don't see stories like this as much, and I'm so glad that they made something like this. But yeah, I didn't get to watch this in 2024 because it wasn't showing in my theater. So I watched it in 2025 and I loved it. I'm going to put A Nice Indian Boy in, I want to put it in A tier, but I feel like this was another story that was just so incredible. I'm going to put it in S tier. 28 years later. Man, this came out, we were waiting for it, but I don't know. I feel like June was somehow the perfect time for a movie like this. And I feel like it didn't disappoint. Like, it was a great sequel. And as much as I hate when movies do a part one, part two, I am very excited for part two of this that's coming out next year. And I think I already got tickets. I'm not sure. We'll see. But it's coming out in January, and I'm very, very excited for it. 28 years later, I feel like was a roller coaster of emotions for me. I don't know. It just tore through me. Like, there were so many, like, themes of, like, just parenting and what would you do for your child, and just, I don't know. It was insane. I'm going to put 28 years later in, oh man, I want to put it in A. I really want to put it in A. I'm going to put it in B. I feel like I'm not as harsh of a critic. I'm really not. But I feel like there are only certain kinds of stories that just really impact me in certain ways. So, yeah. That's going to be in B. B doesn't mean it's bad. It's just, it's like good enough for me, I guess. Kubo and the Two Strings. I don't know. I feel like this was recommended to me. And for the longest time, I kept putting it off. And then I was like, you know what? It's on Netflix. I'm going to watch it. I think it might be good. And I feel like the beginning scene just, I don't know, it was so heartfelt about this little kid that just like wants to learn about his parentage and like wants to go out there. Like, it just, I cried so much during this movie. I'm going to put Kubo and the Two Strings in A. Oh my god, we have the one and only K-pop Demon Hunters that broke the internet, broke all of our minds, all of our souls, all of our hearts. I loved K-pop Demon Hunters, and I cried so fucking much. I feel like every time I listen to the soundtrack, especially Golden, I still fucking cry. Like, it just feels, there's something about this movie, there's something about the soundtrack, like they put so much heart and emotion and like all of their happiness and sadness, everything into this. Like just this movie is crack. I swear to God. Um K-pop Demon Hunters is was insane, and I don't know. I feel like this is one of those movies, like I know there's tons of kids movies that like are always everywhere and you get tired of it, but I feel like K-pop Demon Hunters is like the kind of movie, the kind of kids movie to like grip the audience, both audiences of like children and adults, like adults like me that kind of like grew up too fast. I don't know. But like this movie was insane. I am not putting this in B tier. I'm putting this in S tier. Jurassic World Rebirth. I watched this. I went to theaters to watch this because of Scarlett Johansson and Jonathan Bailey. I wanted this to be so good. Like, I know this is a Jurassic World movie. It's not going to be like the cream of the crop. Like, we know this. It's going to be great. It's going to be nostalgic. It might be just, it's going to be fine, but it's not going to be the best. But why did I go see this? Because of the cast. I wanted to watch this because of the cast. I was so excited. It was fine. I feel like there were certain moments in this movie, like towards the end, where I don't know, it kind of pulled at my heart a little bit. But yeah, I'm gonna put this in B tier. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I wanted to love this. But again, as you can see in B tier, I have these movies that I did love. Like, look at this. Look at this shit. Like, I loved these movies, but they're not the best. They're not, for me, like, they're not the kind of movie I'm gonna go back and watch a million times. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Okay. Ooh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Excuse me. Whoa, wait, what happened? No! Okay, so last time I was here, my dumbass removed my entire tier list, so everything was gone. So I'm doing this recording again, and I'm gonna try to look at where all my rankings was and just try to recreate where we were when I lost everything. Okay.
Two hours later.
Okay, so this is where we were when we started. This is where we were when we fell off and I lost everything. So we're back. All right. The movies are a little bit out of order. I think I'm gonna go back to my my Letterboxd and see what I was watching. Okay, so Superman. I think I ranked Jurassic World already. Did I? No, I didn't. Where is Jurassic World? Jurassic World Rebirth. Okay, that's what I watched beginning of July. I really liked it, honestly. I think I mentioned that. But I think the movie was just like nostalgic and everything, but I feel like it wasn't a great movie. So I'm gonna put that in B tier. Okay. And then we have Superman. Superman was freaking amazing. In some ways it wasn't the best, but overall still really, really good. I want to so badly put it in A. I think I'm going to put it in A. We had K-pop Demon Hunters in S tier. The Phoenician Scheme. I watched this towards the end of July. I didn't watch this when it first came out. I think it came out earlier, but I didn't get a chance to watch it in theater. Sadly, my theater wasn't really showing it, so I think I ended up watching it. I think I rented it or something, or on a streaming service, and I loved it. It was so funny. It was so funny. I laughed my ass off. It was just so bonkers at the same time, like just the craziest shit. I loved it. I think I'm gonna put it in 8 here. Okay, so we have Fantastic Four First Steps. This one was just truly awesome, just because like some of the scenes like with Vanessa Kirby, she was just absolutely just traumatizingly good. I loved her. I just loved all the characters and just the way they showed their like relationships with each other. I don't know. I loved it. I gave it 4 stars. I'm gonna put it, and to be honest, I feel like I'm growing out a little bit of like superhero movies, but at the same time, I don't know. I feel like sometimes I feel like last year, for example, like we all felt like Marvel was falling off. Like Captain America was just horrible. It wasn't awesome, obviously, but like then I watched the Marvels and I was like so upset about why everyone hated it, and that's why I put off watching it for the longest time. So, and then we watched Fantastic Four. I think we watched Superman and Fantastic Four like right after each other, like within the week, and both were just super awesome. Like I feel like we are in a new era of Marvel, to be honest. Like we are out of the flop era. Okay, next we have Until Dawn. I think I was supposed to go see this in theaters, and I'm glad I didn't, because this movie was so bad. Like I wanted to like it, I swear. Like I don't know, it was an interesting concept. Like, like everything starts over at midnight kind of thing, or midnight, or what was it? Like dawn. So like they have to basically survive this whole thing without starting over and over, or else they get stuck in that house. So that was such an interesting concept, but I feel like it was such a bad movie. Like, honestly. Shrek and Shrek 2, I think I watched it a few days between each other. I am mad that I didn't watch this sooner. Like, I've seen snippets of Shrek before when I was younger, but like, I haven't never seen these movies, and I was just like, what the heck? Like, I waited so long to watch these, and I swear Shrek is like almost perfect movie ever. I can't explain it, but like, I love Shrek so much. I get it. Like, I want to mention, I'm recording this like December 31st, January 1st, January 2nd. Yeah, because of work, I couldn't get to record this sooner. But yeah, like I recently also watched The Grinch, and I want to add The Grinch to this. I think I will. I watched it towards the very end, and I don't know, I get it. Like Shrek, The Grinch, like I honestly understand these guys. So I love it. I'm gonna put, where is Shrek? Why do I not have a photo? But yeah, just imagine I'm putting Shrek in S tier, and I'm putting Shrek 2 in A tier, because I fucking love the guy, and I love all the characters and everything about it. Okay, so August I watched Together, and I swear, like, this is the most romanticest, what am I saying? The most romantic movie ever. Like, honestly, like, imagine just either, like, it's like the ultimate test of your relationship with your long-term partner. Like, if you survive something like this, like, you are meant to be together forever and ever and ever. And I don't know, I loved this movie. I loved the concept. It was so spooky at times, but in just the perfect way. I feel like there are certain things I didn't like about the movie, but overall, like, the story was so good. Yeah, I'm gonna put it in A tier. Oculus was another movie that when I was younger, I wanted to watch, like especially when it came out. Like I think a few years after that, I was trying to watch it, but I got so spooked, and I feel like I was just not a horror movie person then. But like I watched it eventually in August, and I liked it. It was just good. This was so scary at times. I'm gonna put it in. Oh no, I'm gonna put it in A tier. It was good. Okay, we have K-pop Demon Hunters, as we already know. Weapons. Oh my God, Weapons was a movie that I really anticipated watching this movie. Like I was excited. I was seated. And I don't think it disappointed us. Like I feel like I have to watch it again like every year because this movie just haunted me in the best way. Like this was so scary and just still so good. This is gonna go into S tier for me. All right, we have Copycat. Now, this is a movie I just decided to watch on a whim because it was on Netflix. Where is the thumbnail? Why do we not have the thumbnail? Okay, where are you? I don't see it. Do you think this would have been a Copycat thumbnail? I don't know. But you know what? I am gonna put this Copycat in B tier. I don't know where it went. Yeah, I'm gonna put it in B tier because I feel like this movie just had the perfect premise, and I feel like in a lot of ways it was very campy, but there was something like I just felt that was off. Like it felt like a B movie to me, so I'm gonna put it in B tier. Then I watched Nobody again. This was a rewatch. It was awesome. Like it was just as good as I remember. Like honestly, it's like almost like John Wick in a way. I loved it. It was an A tier movie for me. Yeah, but I watched it in anticipation of Nobody 2, which, look, Nobody 2 was a fun movie and all, but like, it just it felt like they wanted to make this just because, but like I feel like if it came out like right before the pandemic, it would have done so much. No, actually that wouldn't work because it's just so funny because Nobody came out like right in the pandemic. Like it felt like a movie set in like 2018 or whatever, and like Nobody 2 comes out in 2025 when it should have come out like I don't know, like in the pandemic. Like it makes no sense. Like it felt like it went back in time kind of thing. I don't know. Like it was entertaining and all, but it just was horrible. So I'm gonna put it in C tier. I'm sorry. Okay, we have Woman of the Hour. I think this came out much earlier than when I watched it. This came out on Netflix, I believe, a while ago, but I didn't get to watch it until later. So yeah, I liked this movie. This was very interesting. I think the last 30 minutes just, I think, was so nerve-wracking. And I was just like, oh my God, can she get out of there? Like, it was just like the parallel of like showing us what happened and versus what was happening in current, like in the present in the movie. And I think this was a really good movie. I'm gonna put it in A. In the Tall Grass. Oh my goodness, I watched so many horrible movies this year. I like to have like a spread between good movies that I watch and horrible movies that I watch. And yeah, sometimes you just want to watch something on Netflix, you know? But yeah, In the Tall Grass was such a waste of time because I remember nothing about it. I just know it was shit. Okay, then we have Devil Wears Prada. This is not a rewatch. I actually just watched it this year for the first time. I loved it. We all know how awesome it is. It's just like so perfect. And I am actually really excited to see how the story progresses to like present time today. And Devil Wears Prada part 2. Like, I hope it doesn't disappoint. I hope it's just as good. I'm really, really excited and really stoked to to watch this movie. But yeah, Devil Wears Prada goes to S tier for me. There's no doubt about it. But yeah, I can't believe I watched it like almost 20 years since it came out. That's wild. But yeah, Hard Eyes was another movie I watched. It was fine. I think it was fun. It tried to be as entertaining as it could. But I just don't think it executed as well. It was a fun like slasher. So I'm gonna put it in C. I feel like it's like somewhere between B and C, but I'm gonna put it in C. Then we have Better Man. Um, okay, so Better Man was just so much better than I thought it would be. Like, I'm not a huge fan of biopics. Like, I end up watching them a lot just because I'm curious. And I'm curious about how the person lived their life and all. Like, just learning, like, seeing a more human side to the celebrity or whatever. But I just feel like Better Man is insane. Like, I feel like nobody talks about how incredible this movie is. Like, just, and especially because you're replacing the real man with like a monkey. And like, oh my God. That was such a solid choice because it really just like, I don't know. Like, it's so good. It's so good. Like, I cried through the entire movie. I loved it. It was so good. It was just perfect. I think I'm gonna put it in S tier. It was just incredible. Okay, we watched Honey Don't after that. I think this was right around my birthday. I was excited for it because the cast was just so good. Like Margaret Qualley, like Aubrey Plaza. Like, I just really thought it was gonna be something that it was not, especially because of like the team and everybody that was involved in this project. Like, I don't know, maybe I'm missing something. Maybe this went over my head. I don't know. Maybe this wasn't supposed to be as serious as I took it. Anyway, I did not like it. I'm gonna put it in this. Oh, wait a minute. No, I did not mean to put Begonia in C. I meant to put Honey Don't in C. I'm gonna put it in C. Okay, let's move on. Then I watched Don't Move. This was another Netflix movie that I wanted to watch just because everyone was talking about it last year. Not in 2025, but people were talking about it in 2024. And I didn't get a chance to watch it then. So I decided to watch it, and I liked the premise. Like, it's interesting, like, what they could do with it, because I was just like, there is no way she's gonna survive this. But yeah, plot twist, she does. And it was fine. Like, I think the actors did a decent job with what they were given. So I'm gonna put this in a B tier. All right. After that, I watched another movie that came out. I believe both these movies came out on Hulu. Eeny, Meeny, and Caught Oh no, sorry, Eeny, Meeny, and Locked. I don't know. I was so excited for Eeny, Meeny just because Samara Weaving was in the lead role, and I don't know. I love her. I think everything she's in, she just rocks it. Like, think about Ready or Not. Like, she is incredible in that. Like, she's perfection. And I feel like this movie, I liked the premise, like the concept of it, like what the end goal or like the meaning of it was. But like, I just feel like towards the end, this movie fell apart. Like, I don't know. Something was just off. I'm going to put this in C. I just couldn't do it. Okay, Locked. On the other hand, Locked was really good. Oh, wait a minute. Okay. So Locked, on the other hand, was really good. I think this was a movie where I was just like, there is no way it's gonna work. There is no way. This seems absurd. Like, this really decked out car that just is able to do all these sorts of things, just, and is bulletproof. Like, just, you just can't, like, there is no way. But I don't know. They made it work. I think it's because just Anthony Hopkins and Bill Skarsgård are just phenomenal actors, and like, I think they really pulled the movie and just made it what it was. Otherwise, there was no way this is gonna work. Like, I was just so horrified. This was a horror movie. I'm gonna put it in B tier just because of that. I want to put it in A, but I just feel like this felt like a B movie. Yeah, so that's gonna go in B tier. Okay, so we have Caught Stealing. This was, I don't know, I feel like I wasn't as excited for it before I decided to go see this. I was like, this is like a B movie plot to me, but oh my God, I was so wrong. I watched it and I loved it. It was so funny and everything was just so chaotic, but like in the most unbelievable way. Like I didn't know where things were going, but like overall, it just like one after another, just like I can't explain it as well, but this was just really unbelievable. I think like and it was just so quotable. Like there were some parts of it and just I don't know, I feel like everybody just did so well in this movie. So I liked it. I think this was a great, I don't know, it really just held up and I was really excited. After watching it, I was just like, yes, this was fun. This is like really good. Yeah. So I am gonna put this in A tier because I loved this movie. Okay, we have The Roses after this. This is where I ended the month. Yeah. Roses was fun. I feel like I was excited for it just because I don't know, I feel like I was excited to see it was like refreshing to see what they could do with, this cast, this story. Like I wasn't aware of like the story of the Roses, like not the old like medieval stuff, but more like the Roses as in like what it's based on, like the original movie and like, you know, the whole plot. Like I know most people know about it. I didn't. So I went in with like completely fresh eyes and I loved it. It was fun. It was just hilarious. And like their back and forth between these two characters and eventually it was just like the idea that when you have the person that you love, you gotta stick together. I think that was great. Like, at the end of the day, if you love each other, just don't give up. I think that's the thing I got from it. So yeah, I'm gonna put it in A. No, I want to put it in B. See, I can't decide. This is good. This is really good. I'm gonna put it in A. It was, I think, what made it really stand out, besides just like the concept and the storyline, was also just the two main characters, like the actors playing them. They did such a good job. So I think that's what tipped it to A rating for me. Like I want to speed through September and October just because I talked about these in my last two videos, in my last video, I believe. So I'm just gonna speed through them. Old Guard and Old Guard 2. Old Guard was really awesome. Old Guard 2 was just not as great, even though I rated both of them the same. I feel like Old Guard 2 didn't work. And I feel like instead of making these two movies, they should have just made it into a series. I feel like it would have helped so much more to learn about like the characters and their backstories far better than just making it to two action movies for no reason at all. Yeah, so Old Guard is gonna go to B, and so is Old Guard 2. Next we have Thursday Murder Club. I wanted to like this really badly, but I was just so bored to death. I'm gonna put it in B tier. Elemental was really cool. I liked it a lot. I feel like in some ways it kind of underperformed. Like some of the stuff, like you kind of had to turn your brain off to like enjoy this, because like the physics stuff, like how does it work? But I do love the underlying message of this movie, so I'm gonna put it in A tier. We went to see The Conjuring Last Rites, which this is my first Conjuring movie that I watched in theaters. I really wanted to like it, and I think in some ways I really did, just because of like the family stuff, like how it kind of brought together, like I guess it was a good send-off in a way. But again, as most Conjuring movies, except for the first and second one, I'm gonna put it in B tier. And then I watched Now You See Me and Now You See Me Too. I didn't put Now You See Me here just because I remember what it was like, but Now You See Me Too, I just don't remember that movie, so Now You See Me Too is just D tier. Okay, so now we have Afraid, and I honestly feel like I watched it just because it was another movie that was on streaming, and I was like, oh, I missed it. Let's just watch it. It was horrible. I don't know. I feel like they were trying to cook too hard with it, but they failed really badly. I'm gonna put it in D tier. On the other hand, I watched Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret, which I am surprised based on the premise. I didn't go see this in theaters. Like when it came out, I really should have, and I didn't, and I regret that. But when I watched it now, like it was so good. I cried. I felt so seen, like my inner child, my inner preteen just felt so seen watching this. It's gonna go into S tier. It's gonna go into A tier for me, not S. Like it was almost perfect. After that, I watched A Long Walk. I think I just watched it on a whim because I was like, "Oh, this might be good just because of the iconic story that it's based on." But like Loki, I honestly had no idea like what the story was actually. Like I've heard about it, but I've never actually read the book. I have the book now, but I've never actually read it before, or I've just heard bits and pieces about it. I just didn't really know. But yeah, I'm glad I watched it because this was like absolutely S tier. It would have been A tier for me, but it's S tier just because of like some of the actors' performances, like especially the two leads. Like I swear, like they were insane. Like I felt like this is the movie about masculinity that we needed, about young men that I don't know, I just feel like this and Warfare honestly together like are so good examples of how like everything that young men can learn and be better, I guess. But yeah, I'm not gonna go into all of that. I'm just gonna say that this was insane and everybody should watch The Long Walk. Okay. Guns Akimbo was another movie I watched after that, and honestly, I feel like I didn't want to watch this as first because it just felt so gimmicky, and in a way I was right because I feel like this is just turn your brain off kind of movie, and I don't know, it was horrible in some ways, but I feel like what made it stand out for me is that I feel like it was like made in like in the style of a video game pretty much. Like this movie is a video game movie basically, and I think they were a little bit cooking with this. Like honestly, they were being a little innovative with this movie. So I don't know, no matter what other people are gonna say about this, I enjoyed this. It had honestly like a lot of quotable moments. Like some of the stuff with Samara Weaving, like she was so good in this. So I think besides like the batshit crazy concept of this, it was fun. I'm not gonna deny that it wasn't fun. It's like it should be in C tier, but just because of how much fun I had with this movie, I'm gonna put it in B. October ended with One Battle After Another, and I don't know, at first I didn't want to go see this. This is another movie I felt like it was gonna be so overhyped. I just felt like it wasn't gonna be good, but oh my god, I was so wrong. This was really good. Like I feel like it's like almost shy of being S tier. Like the story, the characterization was just incredible, just perfect, but almost not. So I'm gonna put that in A tier. Okay, so we're almost towards the end of the year. I watched Tron Ares, which it was hyped up for me just because it's part of the Tron franchise. If you know, you know. Like I hated it in some ways, but also like stylistically, I can't deny that it was just incredible. Like it looked really good. That's about it. That's about it. It's gonna go into C tier for me. But ugh, like it looked really good visually and like, you know, soundtrack wise, it was just really fun, really good. I'm gonna be a hater and I'm gonna put that in C. Next we have Tron Legacy. I did end up rewatching this. I liked Tron Legacy. You know, it's like probably one of the best modern, you know, Tron movies. It was just, it's like, it's everything that Tron Ares wanted to be, but failed. So Tron Legacy is gonna go into A tier for me. The Woman in Cabin 10. I watched this on Netflix. I think it just came out and I was like, okay, you know, it looks like interesting. It's like a book adaptation. I was like, okay, let's watch it. I feel like some of the actors like tried their best to, you know, pull this movie out from the gutter. Yeah, so I'm gonna put it in B. It felt like a B movie to me. All right, and then I watched Black Phone 2, which I was really excited about, but I feel like it tried to like reference the earlier movie and other, you know, iconic horror movies and everything. I just feel like it didn't, you know, it just slightly fell short of the first one. I'm gonna put that in B. We're getting so close. As you can see, we're so close to the end of the year. Shelby Oaks is another one I watched. I was really like looking forward to this just because it was made by a YouTuber, and I feel like it wanted to do a lot of things and it was interesting, but at the same time it was like, you know, trying too hard to be like something that it wasn't. I'm gonna put Shelby Oaks in B. All right, we have Ghost Lab. That looked like very interesting to me, like these two guys trying to interact with ghosts, I think, but I don't know. I'm gonna put that in C. Which, if you watched my last video, you know that I was talking about it and I was super excited to watch this. And I feel like it just did not disappoint. It honestly was like completely different from all the previews and trailers and everything that it was trying to tell us that it was. It honestly wasn't. I feel like I was rightfully hyped up for this movie. So I'm gonna put Begonia in A tier. I feel like it almost would have been an S tier movie, but I feel like it just fell short somehow. Like looking back wise, but like if you asked me how to rate this right after I watched it, it would have been S. Next, I watched Him. I wanted to go see this in theaters, but I think I watched Long Walk instead. This movie just catfished us to like being something it wasn't. Like I was so hyped up when like the trailers and stuff came out, and I was like, and not just because like, you know, how people thought that this was directed by Jordan Peele and it wasn't. Like, I knew that it wasn't, but, like, I was still hyped up for it just because it looked like something different from what we normally get. But this movie was a catfish. I'm gonna put that in B. Actually, no, C. Game Night. Can you believe this is not a rewatch? I just watched it just because, you know, it looked interesting and I was, like, looking for something to watch. So I watched Game Night. This was fun. I think it was an interesting movie, and I feel like for the time it would have been an A tier movie, but just because I watched it almost 10 years later. See what I mean? Like, I just said I thought this movie came out 10 years ago. It didn't. It came out in 2018. Are you freaking kidding me? This movie seemed like it would have come out in 2016. Like, all of the references and everything makes this movie feel like it's from 2015, 2016. Like, literally stuck in that time. And this movie came out in 2018. Like, why? Where? I don't see it. It's just so dated. Like, this movie dated itself so far back. It's gonna go into B tier. C tier for me. It tried. It was trying. It could have been in B tier if it didn't date itself too much. Die My Love. Die My Love. I wanted to watch this movie so bad because of the cast. Like, I feel like Jennifer Lawrence is always iconic, and she just, in real life, she seems like such a real person, like just so relatable. And I will like line up for any movie that she's in, and I will watch it like at the moment it comes out. So I was really excited for Die My Love, and I feel like some people, like for some people, it might just, go over their head or something. And for me, some ways it might have. But I think at the end of the day, like it took like a mediocre story and just, I don't know, it did really well. I think like the characterization of each of them, like, was just phenomenal. And yeah, for me, it's an A-tier movie. All right. Another awesome movie I watched in November was The Running Man. I was like, I'm excited for this movie just because it's got Glenn Powell in it. And I think this was around the time I watched it when Chad Powers came out, and I watched Chad Powers in like 2 days, and I loved it. And so I was really hyped up for The Running Man. And I don't think it disappointed me. It was good. It was fun. I think it's still fresh in my mind. I feel like it's like it kind of feels like a B movie, but I feel like it was fun, you know? So I'm going to put it in B tier. Like, even though I put it in B, it doesn't, change the fact that it was fun. Like it's like almost A, but not. All right, we have, oh my God. Wait, did I not rate Night Always Comes? Oh my God. I feel like that I watched this much earlier and I just forgot to rate it. I'm going to put Night Always Comes in A just because of Vanessa Kirby and how awesome she was in this. Frankenstein wowed me way more than I thought it would. Like, oh my God, it broke me. Like, I felt so seen with this movie. Like, and this also made me read Frankenstein for the first time. Like, I think I read the book right before I watched this movie, and with everything being fresh in my mind, this might have been, like everybody says, I know, like this might have been almost perfect adaptation of this book, like slightly varied, which we all know about mostly. Like, oh my God, this movie was just so perfect. Like, as a girl that like is such a whore for character driven plot, I'm gonna put Frankenstein in S tier. Like, I have no notes. It's gonna be S tier for me. I think there's a lot of videos on the internet about this movie, so like honestly, there's nothing I can say that will either change your mind about not watching this. Yeah, I'm just gonna put it in S. That's where Frankenstein is gonna go. Anyway, Wicked, when I watched the first one, I had such a love-hate relationship with Wicked because in the theaters when I watched it, I hated it because of how much I felt like attacked. Like, not attacked, how do I explain this? With Wicked, I just felt for Elphaba so much. Like, I was so angry after watching it because I mean, I'm somebody who knows nothing about, like, knows a little bit about the whole musical, but not really. So I just went in with fresh eyes and felt so much hate and anger after watching Wicked. But over time, after the whole year, I was excited for Wicked for good, And I don't think it disappointed me. It was just perfect. I cried so much, and I felt, as somebody who's more of an introvert, I just wanted to call all my friends and just tell them I love them. Like, Wicked for Good was insane. It's gonna go into S tier for me. Okay, Blue Velvet is what I watched next. I decided to get a couple of DVDs. I didn't rent them, I bought them. Blue Velvet and Mulholland Drive, because I've been wanting to watch them for the longest time ever. And I watched Blue Velvet, and I swear to God, like, what the fuck is this movie? I was not expecting to just be, I don't know, like, my whole life perspective just changed after watching this movie. Like, and the fact that it came out in the 80s kind of makes sense, but also, like, this was a brain fuck of a movie. I'm gonna put it in A. Sholay, which is a Bollywood movie, but I feel like it's one of those most iconic Bollywood movies of all time. And I think it's one of the first to be like, you know, really like gained like international fame. And it came out in 1975. This movie was insane. Like, it blew my mind as to how much it took, like, it got influenced from, like, I can see all the influences of this movie from like earlier, like, you know, Western style films, and like just everything. And like, I don't think this movie is short of like perfect. Like, it's just awesome. Like, I don't know. I love Sholay. I can't explain it. It's going to be S tier for me. I think that's another movie that I know everybody talks about Sholay and how awesome it is, and I don't think they're wrong. It's absolutely incredible. And I'm going to be a puppet and say it's awesome. I watched Death Becomes Her, and I was just like, I don't know. I've seen people talk about this movie and I've watched videos about it. But like, watching Death Becomes Her on your own, and just, this was insane. It was so campy at the same time. I loved Death Becomes Her, and I'm gonna put it in A tier. The Wedding Banquet. I don't know. I feel like I put off watching this for a long time because I felt like it wasn't awesome. I don't know why or what gave me that impression. But I feel like after watching it, it was not. Like, there were so many things about family and about found family, actually, and just, it was really good. Like, I don't know. I don't know why I thought I would hate it. I'm going to put it in A. Wow, I have so many movies in A tier. Like, more than B or C or D. But yeah, next I watched Audition. I realized that I could watch movies through my library subscription. And like, after having my library subscription, I've had my library subscription for 2 years now, and I had no idea that you could actually rent movies to watch through your library app. It's called Canopy. If you didn't know, you know now. So yeah, I liked Audition. I think it had such a great message, and I think it almost feels like a B movie to me just because of how like it was filmed, the way it was made. I think it's almost gives a B movie vibes, but I liked the story a lot, so I'm gonna put it in A. Next, I watched Hackers, which I really wanted to watch it just because everybody talks about how cool it is and everything. And don't get me wrong, I liked this movie because of how cool and queer and like, I don't know, androgynous and everything it is. Like, it's just like this gender bend movie. I don't know, like, it's not, but like, based on like the style, the music, everything, it just feels very stylish. But like, story wise, I was just like, okay, and I don't know, I feel like I wanted to love this a lot, and I kind of did, but like, I don't want to give it an A tier. I'm gonna put it in B, just because I don't think they put effort into the characterization. They were more style over substance. So it's gonna go into B for me. Bro, I have 4 movies left for the year. Okay, I think I've missed a couple of them. I know we have 2 photos of Another Simple Favor, so I guess I'm just gonna put it here just because. It's gonna go here. Just because I have 2 photos of it doesn't mean they're 2 separate movies. They're just one movie. But yeah, and I forgot to rate All of Us Are Dead, which I don't even know why it's in here because it's not a movie, it's a show. Yeah, but it was on my letterbox. I think that's probably why I have a photo of it. I liked All of Us Are Dead. Like, I'm excited for the next season. I'm gonna just put it in A. I don't have The Grinch on here, even though I watched it for the first time during Christmas. But yeah, just imagine The Grinch over here, and it would go to A tier for me because I feel like that's a movie that I'll always watch every Christmas. Anyway, we are in the last 4 movies of the year, 3 of them being 2025 releases. Let's go. Okay, I watched Wake Up Dead Man, which is part of the Knives Out trilogy. And I feel like this probably was the best Knives Out movie. Like, the first one obviously was iconic, but I feel like this was even better than the first one. Like, I absolutely ate this shit up. Like, this was so good. I think the commentary that it was making and everything, I feel like Wake Up Dead Man was incredible. I'm going to put it in A tier. Okay, then I watched Avatar Fire and Ash. I only watched it just because I felt like it would be a good movie to go see in theaters, and I felt like it would be crowded. Like, and I love watching movies in a crowded theater. So we went to see Avatar Fire and Ash, and I feel like it didn't disappoint. Is just as good of a cinematic experience as all of the others. Like, it's not overhyped. Like, it was so good in a lot of ways, but in a lot of ways it was shit, garbage. But I feel like the what makes it stand out is like some of the characterization, and I'm so excited. Like, I feel like at this point I find the whole franchise overhyped, right? But at the same time I don't, because I understand like the themes and like the messaging behind these movies. So I can't help but go see every Avatar movie in theaters, even though I haven't seen the first ones. Because when the first one came out, I was a child. But yeah, Avatar Way of Water was insane, and I'm mad I didn't get to see this in theaters, but I watched this one, and it felt like more of a 2.5 rather than a 3, you know? If that makes sense. Like, there's so many videos on YouTube about this movie, so I guess you can go watch them. But yeah, I really liked Avatar Fire and Ash. I'm gonna put it in A tier. Just like the production quality, just like makes it what it is, you know? Anyway, the last two movies of the year. Oh my god. Oh my god. I feel like Marty Supreme and Talented Mr. Ripley, like Marty and Ripley, like they're like the same person to me. Like, oh my god. Oh my god, I love these movies so much. Like Marty Supreme, I wasn't expecting to love it the way I did. Like, look at this. I put One Battle After Another in A tier, right? But then I put Sinners on S. Like, these were movies this year. I put Weapons in S. Like, these were movies this year, like The Long Walk, that just truly stood out this year. And I feel like Marty Supreme did the same. Like, right now, I would put it in S tier. Right now, like, I think I watched it last week, so it's very fresh in my brain. And I feel like this honestly is Timothy Chalamet's like breakout role. No, not breakout role. The opposite. Like, I feel like this truly solidifies Timothy Chalamet as like a star. Like, he is like, this is the peak of his career. I swear. Like, I hope he does even better, but like, he's an actor and I love this movie, so it's gonna go into S tier. Okay. Last but not last. Okay. Talented Mr. Ripley. I can't believe I finally watched this movie. Again, I only watched it because it was on Netflix and I hadn't seen it before. I love this movie so much. And like, oh my god. Just like how like Marty Supreme is like Timmy's like best role so far. Talented Mr. Ripley is like Matt Damon's best role. Like, before this, I've seen The Martian and I felt like that was his best role. But like Talented Mr. Ripley, just like, it was like Challengers, it was like Saltburn, like it was everything but like the OG, you know, because like those movies came out much later. I am putting it in S. That is my ranking for 2025. If you stuck around this long, I don't know what to tell you. I'm glad you're here. I hope in 2026 I can actually make videos. I think I'm gonna try to take a different approach to my commentary, and just like, I don't want to just talk about movies, you know, I watch, but I also want to like talk about how that impacted my life or like what I learned from it. I hope I can actually do that. And if you like this video, definitely subscribe. I hope to see you in the next year. Happy New Year. I hope the new year is kinder to you and to me and to all of us. Yeah. I will see you next year. Bye bye.